Animals brighten our lives. Grateful Rescue TV. A look at the great things happening at Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary in Muncie, Indiana. Pamela Trihune shares the stories of people working to save dogs and cats. Grateful Rescue TV.
Hi, welcome back to Grateful Rescue TV. And we are joined with a very special guest today. This is Amanda, the director of the IACS, Indianapolis Animal Care Services. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you. What we want to talk with Amanda about today is the need for rescues, taking your animals. You've been charged with a very stressful situation. Would you say that, I'm talking specifically about pit bulls today.
Okay.
Would you say that that's mostly what you're getting turned into the shelter?
We get all different breeds, but I would say that is the majority. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we, as Grateful Rescue and a lot of other rescues, are always scrambling to try to help alleviate some of those. One thing I've noticed whenever we go through looking at the dogs that we want to take, I've noticed that you guys spend a lot of time being able to give a picture of this dog to rescues that might consider. Can you explain a little bit of that, like all the medical and behavioral assessments you do when they come in?
Absolutely. So anytime an animal comes in, they go through our screening process. If they come in injured or sick, we do have a medical team that will assess them, kind of figure out what pathway they need. Is it something we can treat in the shelter? Will it need more extensive care that we cannot handle in the shelter? And then that's when we would, send that out for rescue request. We have full capacity to be able to do x-rays, blood work. We use urgent care, emergency clinics around town. And we now have a contract vet that comes in as well. So a lot of times they're getting top-notch medical care before they're, before we know exactly what's going on, so that we can give that to the rescue for them to make an educated decision on if they can handle, what's wrong with this animal.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, the staff there and the volunteers, you try so hard to get, I know that with overcrowding comes some hard decisions. Yeah. But what I love about IACS is you guys try so hard to get these animals placed. And we've taken animals and they actually, like, the volunteers will sit in a circle and they have to say goodbye to these animals. Yeah. So we appreciate you so much. And do you think that the rescues that are taking animals, is that helping make a little bit of a difference? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I think we increased from last year our intake, and what we took in was around 500 extra animals so far. And then we have increased our release rates to rescues and transfers 30%.
Oh my gosh.
So that helps, just not even with just the overcrowding, but the animals that need that urgent care, more medical than we're able to give, animals that they just don't thrive in a shelter setting. So getting them out into a foster home or into a rescue where it's not as loud, it's not as scary. All of those help us with placement of the animals and gives them an outcome that they may not have otherwise at the shelter.
Right. And you do a lot of that. You have a doggy day out. And you were explaining to me earlier about the complete difference the dog is outside.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain a little bit of that, how the different things you do?
Yeah, so we do the Doggy Day Out program, which we did with volunteers, but we opened that up to the public. I believe that was, don't quote me, I believe September or October, we opened that up to the public. That allows, right now we have 6 slots daily. So 6 animals get to leave the shelter with the public, and they can take them to a sniff spot, take them home, just take them on trail walks. It gives them time to decompress, the animals that are super stressed in the shelter. It gives us behavioral insight. How would they be in a home? How are they meeting strangers or other animals on the street? So it gives us really good behavior insight to be able to tell a potential adopter as well.
Right.
But it also gives valuable time to decompress and de-stress from outside the shelter walls, because the shelter environment for an animal, I know even if you think it's the best animal, they come to the shelter, it's loud, there's 200 other dogs barking, they're in a kennel majority of the time, like they're scared, their behavior changes a little bit just from the stress.
Yeah. Now, and if somebody wants to get involved in a Doggies Day Out, how do they do that?
Yeah, you just sign up online. It's on indy.gov and it's on our Facebook page. You can just sign up.
Okay.
Yeah. We just like people to know that we are there 7 days a week from noon to 6:30 for adoptions. Adoptions, fostering, and rescue are the biggest things, in a shelter environment, helping us get them out quickly. And remember to spay and neuter and microchip your pets.
Oh, please.
Biggest thing. It's most important.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for joining us.
Thank you for having me
sure
today.
appreciate you.
Hi, I'm Alan Sir Jr., two-time Indy 500 winner.
I'm Norma Unser, Grateful Rescue board member, and we need you to join the Project Pit Stop.
Grateful Rescue is building housing to save lives of the pit bulls of Indianapolis. Many are on death row. Make a donation right now at gratefulrescue.org.
Al and I love Grateful Rescue's mission at giving dogs a second chance at life.
So help us save the pit bulls with Project Pit Stop.
Gourmet cuisine, breathtaking views, and a vibrant space to connect and enjoy. Skyline Club Indy, 36 stories high above downtown Indianapolis. Join the club today and enjoy an elevated experience. Take part in a full schedule of events and special gatherings. Skyline Club Indy, a place to celebrate.
Molly the sheepdog once had a life of strife in a puppy mill, but now lives the life of luxury on Meridian Street in Indianapolis. The Boslers were looking for another pup and took Molly in.
We lost another dog in January and decided to give it a few months to grieve, which happens every time we lose an animal. And 2 minutes later, Barbara was looking for some online, and she found, and I said, okay, well, it'd be a small one, it has to be a small one. And next thing I knew, Molly was at our door. And Barbara portrayed it as a meet and greet.
Yeah, I spoke to Barb on the phone a couple times, and she had such a soft, kind voice. I knew she had the personality that Angel, now Molly, needed. And when we met, it was almost a perfect fit.
She showed up with the dog at the door and a bag, and she asked to put the bag in the den. We didn't know what the bag was until we all met Molly, and then Pam said, well, I better get going, and the bag is Molly's things. They're in the den.
She seemed comfortable here. She liked their dog. And she was so, at our home, she was so frantic, pacing back and forth.
And she was pretty chill. She was pretty accepting. The problem with Molly became in the first 3 days that Molly didn't know where her body was in space, and so she would just kind of almost knock us over. She didn't jump or anything, she would just bump us, and going up and down the stairs, and we thought, okay, this is not gonna work, And she was also, the first 3 days, they kind of lose their house training a little, and then we put her in the car and she threw up. I mean, it was just like, and then I called Pam, I said, we're drowning here, what can we do?
I immediately told Barb, we need Nathan, the Indy dog whisperer, because Nathan constantly amazes me.
So a lot of times with fearful dogs, there's some typical kind of stereotypical myths involved, like if we just say, baby, you're good, you're safe. If we say things in that way, that will help them understand, but it never works that way, right? The dog actually stays more fearful. And the reason is, and I tried to help them understand this, and I think they did come to understand this, is from a dog's point of view, for a fearful dog to hear that tone means now I, as a fearful dog, have a parenting job, because these humans sound like something's wrong. So now I get double watchful. Now I get double concerned. So the issue is the humans have to learn to exhibit the energy that lets the dog know everything's copacetic, man. We got it. Things are taken care of. You can begin to enjoy your life. And they took that up. They said within a half hour, they were doing it.
Now with the knowledge in place, the Boslers and Molly have made themselves right at home. She is so comfortable that she and her housemate Daisy get into some daily hijinks.
She's a riot. She's really funny. She and Daisy run up and down the stairs, and they love these French doors that look out on Meridian, and they'll lie there and just kind of comment on the passing people. You know, some they bark at, some they let go, but that's kind of, and she really enjoys that because she's within the safety of the house.
We started out by keeping both dogs in the kitchen, where we have cats as well when we would leave, because you never knew what a new dog was going to do out in the house. And we came home one day from about an hour out, and the dogs greeted us at the front door, and each accused each other of having left the door open to the kitchen. And we went out the next day, and it was about 20 minutes, and the dogs greeted us at the front door, and we had both checked to make sure the doors were closed. And so I set up my video camera on my phone, propped it against some books, and focused on the door, and watched the whole thing. It took an hour and 10 minutes before she finally came up, looked around, and you'll see the video, I think. And just she uses her big paws to turn the knob, and here's it unlatch and just pushes it open. And you'll see her run out, then you see Daisy run out after her. And on a bad day, the cats are out there too. It's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest or something like that.
Molly went from rags to living her best life on Meridian Street. For Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Adam Byers-Dunn.
Hi, welcome to Grateful Rescue TV. I'm Pamela Terhune, and this is Hank the Tank. He's our special guest, and he comes along with Troy and Lisa Micklefresh from Mr. Bid Auctions. Welcome, guys.
Well, thank you. We're excited to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. And first of all, of course, I need to know about Hank. Please tell me Hank's story.
Well, Hank was adopted when he was really, really young. He was probably no bigger than just almost a teacup.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he's grown a little bit. Anyway, over the years, he's 11 now.
He's 11.
And
Hank.
yeah, so he's, you know, people say that, you know, we rescue animals, but I think they kind of rescue us too.
They do. They definitely rescue us. Well, Lisa, he's watching you a lot. I know he's a mommy's boy, I think.
He is.
Tell me about how, what people should know about Chihuahuas or little guys like Hank. He looks a little nervous.
It's my first experience with the Chihuahua. He's very temperamental. He's usually a one-person dog.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So does he follow you around all the time
He
around
does.
the house, sit on
He
your
does.
lap?
He watches me all the time.
I love Hank.
And dogs, Hank loves to how do you say, burrow. And so he loves to burrow. And she always has him at her feet when they're on the couch.
I bet
He
you have
can
a.
tell time.
Oh, he can tell time.
Oh, he knows, and he adapts to daylight savings. Yes, he has a very routine dog. He'll wake up in the middle of his sleep just to go out at 10:20.
He probably knows
He
when it's time to
knows.
go out, when it's time to
He
eat,
does.
every little thing. And so Hank's part of your business. It looks like he's maybe your mascot, maybe?
He's been there quite a few times.
Been through a lot?
Yeah.
So tell me about Mr. Bid Auctions.
Mr. Bid Auctions was started about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we're located in Muncie, Indiana. We are an online auction company, so people go online to bid. It is we have an auction there every week, if not 2 or 3.
You have thousands of viewers, like you have like 6,000 or more or something like that?
There's a few more, but yeah, we've grown. We just try to take care of the people and do the right thing by everybody.
That's awesome. Well, I met them through my father's estate. They're handling the estate, and we recently had a Grateful Rescue public rummage sale, and they kindly offered to continue that sale so that we can sell the rest of the good stuff that was left behind and not sold. At the auction, you'll find several things, several good things. We have couch covers, we have dog beds, we have jewelry.
There's some plush.
There's some plush. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Boyd's bears left and some stuffed animals. Lots of goodies for dogs. And let me add that everything in the auction is new or very well kept. Everything, it's gift worthy for the holidays.
It's at MrBidAuctions.com and MRBIDauctions.com. I didn't think anybody would remember Micklefresh Auctions, so it's Mr. Bid. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. We can't thank you enough, both of you, for doing this for us.
It's a
for our
pleasure.
rescue.
Yeah.
And if you ever need an auction or an estate or anything taken care of, these are your people. MrBidAuctions.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have such a great home, and my home is the greatest home ever. And I hope the dog likes it. And there's a cat
That he can play with.
him and that chased him, and I hope he lets me have him. And he's such a sweet boy. I love him all this year to present him and love him so much, and it's so perfect to have another dog.
Did he sleep in your bed with you?
Yeah, he sleeps in my bed with me, and he did a lot of stuff with me, and he loves me, and he tries to. And we're just gonna leave him butter for now. When we adopt him, we're just gonna leave him butter, and I love him. He's a great dog ever in my world, and he's the bestest dog. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Al Unser Jr., two-time Indy 500 winner.
I'm Norma Unser, Grateful Rescue board member, and we need you to join the Project Pit Stop.
Grateful Rescue is building housing to save lives of the pit bulls of Indianapolis. Many are on death row. Make a donation right now at gratefulrescue.org.
Al and I love Grateful Rescue's mission at giving dogs a second chance at life.
So help us save the pit bulls with Project Pit Stop.
So BB was found, we got a call regarding a dog that had been on the side of the interstate off of 70 and 25th Street for about 3 days. They had tried to make a makeshift little shelter for him to stay in, and he would go into it to some time but would not let anybody get close to him. So we trap dogs. So we went out and I spotted him right away. There's only about 10 feet between the interstate and basically the area he was running. So he had just a little bit of brush to run in and kind of hide. Got a trap set up, and then he decided to take a little tour around the neighborhood. So watched his little bitty legs, running around the neighborhood. And eventually he got a good whiff of that yummy, smelly food in there. And finally went to check out the trap and walked in and was finally safe. So 3 days of, like I said, right off the side of the interstate. So he is a lucky little boy to be alive.
BB has joined my family, my personal family.
He hit the jackpot.
He hit the jackpot with us, and you do this so often. You tell me how that works. You get a phone call, and there's a dog that no one can catch, or
yeah. So we do stray animals for Marion County, and we also do owned animals. So a lot of dogs will go into a survival mode, and with that, they won't even come close to their owners. If they can't get close enough to smell, they'll actually run from them. It's a sad thing, but obviously a need.
Bibi wants to say thank you. Thank you for saving my life.
They have a cutie.
We love you and appreciate you. And if you want to learn more about Peaceful Souls, go to their website. Where would they find your website?
Peaceful Souls Animal Rescue and Recovery.
He looks so different than he did whenever you caught him.
Definitely does. I can see his little cute face now.
Diesel was at risk for not being chosen because he had a lot going on with him. He had heartworm and he was in an emaciated state. Been kept by an owner that kept him chained. When nobody would buy him, she tried to sell him to a research lab, and they even said no. He was refused by a research lab because he wasn't healthy enough. And time was running out for this rescue to vacate all their dogs. And I saw this picture of Diesel with a chain around his neck, and they told us the story of how he was chained, starved, and attempted to be sold. And I knew that with having heartworm, he probably would not be chosen, and I just fell in love with him. He had a wonderful smile on his face, and here he was in this horrible situation, and he was still smiling and forgiving, and I guess he thought that was just life. I knew that the ones that were left behind will die because they said it straight up. The ones that aren't chosen will be euthanized because the rescue had to vacate. Okay. So he's been on a slow kill heartworm treatment, and that requires one heartworm treatment, and then he's not allowed to run for 4 weeks. So today is the day that he is free to run, and so we're excited and we love Diesel. And that's what Grateful Rescue does. We take the ones that need us the most, that need care, and we make them whole again. So now Diesel's available for adoption, and he is completely well now. Aren't you? Yes. I hope he has the best life in the world because he deserves it. I wish I could keep him because I love him, but I know that he could have a better life somewhere else. Without that support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So we thank the supporters from the bottom of our heart. And Diesel, I know, is very grateful.
So that was Diesel's sad story, but there's always a but.
Yeah.
But we have a happy ending here, and tell us about Diesel now.
Well, Diesel has been adopted, and he is in line for the best care. He got adopted by one of the vet techs who took care of him for his heartworm treatment. She fell in love with him, and her name is Amanda, and she sat with that dog through his treatment, and he is living the best life with a family with children and a sibling, first sibling.
Again, how many dogs and cats have you rescued and then rehomed? It's amazing.
We just reached our 1,000th dog, and for a small rescue, it's not bad.
It's not bad. That's
very few returns too. We're very, very conscientious of who takes these dogs. It has to be the perfect situation.
Perfect home.
Perfect
Thank
home.
you. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, you're perfect.
Perfect. P-U-R-R.
It's rubbing
Or
off on her.
perfect.
Okay. All right. We've got a little bit more of Grateful Rescue TV. So stay with us. Huh?
Stay with us.
Okay. Gourmet cuisine, breathtaking views, and a vibrant space to connect and enjoy. Skyline Club Indy, 36 stories high above downtown Indianapolis. Join the club today and enjoy an elevated experience. Take part in a full schedule of events and special gatherings. Skyline Club Indy, a place to celebrate.
Hi, I'm Al Unser Jr., two-time Indy 500 winner.
I'm Norma Unser, Grateful Rescue board member, and we need you to join the Project Pit Stop.
Grateful Rescue is building housing to save lives of the pit bulls of Indianapolis. Many are on death row. Make a donation right now at gratefulrescue.org.
Al and I love Grateful Rescue's mission at giving dogs a second chance at life.
So help us save the pit bulls with Project Pit Stop.
And now on Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Patty. This is Pamela. And this is Harry.
It's Harry.
Harry's got a dirty nose. He puts his nose down in the
He's
black
been
mulch.
rooting in the dirt.
Yeah, so, there he goes.
He's embarrassed.
Hold on. Hey, come over here, Harry.
Come here, Harry.
Harry, come on. We're going to talk about kitties. You're in the kitty business, too.
We're in the kitty business. Can you believe it, Patty? We had two feral cats show up at our house last winter,
Yes.
and I worried about them all year long. Then this summer, they showed up again, and they let me touch them, and I found out that one of them was having babies, and so I needed to get her in the house as soon as possible, because I didn't want to have her babies in this cold weather. Well, I got her in. 2 days later, there are 4 kittens on my porch looking for their mama.
So
she had already had her
She'd already had.
babies.
And I always say this: cats can have kittens first off at 4 months of age, and then right after they've
3
had.
weeks after a litter, they
And
can get pregnant
3
again.
weeks after a litter. That's why there's a lot of kitties.
That's why there's such a problem with overpopulation of the kitty cats.
Right.
And but we did get her spayed. We wanted to make sure that there weren't any new kitties, and thank goodness there were not.
Okay.
So her name is Luna, and turned out that I think she's been dumped. She wasn't feral because once we got her inside, she was all purrs and love.
Yeah.
So now Luna is ready to be adopted, and so are her 4 kittens, who we have not named yet, but they're adorable. You'll be able to see pictures of those.
Oh,
And,
kittens. Everybody's been fixed that can be fixed right now.
Everybody that can be fixed has been fixed. So, and we also have a male that may be her brother because he showed up too frantic, like, where's my sister? Looks just like her. And we named him Knight, like knight in shining armor.
Okay.
And he came around at night. So
You're an attraction you're the kitten whisperer now,
Oh,
as
good
well as the
Lord.
dog whisperer.
Yeah.
So thank you for all
Thank
that you
you.
do.
Oh, well, you know what? It's our life, isn't it?
She's the best. Oh, she's the
my
best.
soul sister.
Very good. Okay, we'll be back with more on Grateful TV.
Thank you for joining us today for Grateful Rescue TV. And Reese, I think Reese's pretty comfortable.
Well, that's her commentary. He goes, I'm done. Let's take a nap. I'm done. Okay, and he's getting a little feisty, so it's time to go.
It's time to go, and we'll see you next week on Grateful Rescue TV.
Let's do that together on Grateful Rescue TV.